The Oakland Raiders select Eddie Vanderdoes, defensive tackle, UCLA.
Can we petition that Willie Brown make every selection now? It's just terrific. What do we think about Eddie Vanderdoes, Mel?
I looked at him at 6'3 and a half, about 305 pounds. Powerful at the point of attack, no question about that. You watch him get into the backfield on a very limited basis. He's more of a stay-at-home type, an occupier. Here's where he gets a sack. He only had 1.5 sacks all year. If you're an immovable object at, say, a defensive tackle, you can live with that. But he's not a guy that you can't just move off the line. You can at times. I don't think double teams he's very effective at consistently against. I was kind of underwhelmed watching tape of Eddie Vanderdoes. What did you think?
Well, you have to really study the 2014 tape, I guess, because in 2015 he had that Virginia game. He was playing well, and all of a sudden he gets injured. And this past year, I think he suffered because he put on so much weight when he couldn't train and he couldn't stay in shape. He's got to keep his weight in check. He got it down during the pre-draft process. That's why he's a third-round draft pick. He's got to keep it down if he's going to have success in the NFL.
Yeah, look, the Raiders just need to solidify the middle of their defense, particularly at deep tackle. They just gave up too many yards between the tackles. If Eddie can get in good shape, he has good technique. He has some good stuff as far as being able to stop the run. But he's got to be in shape in order to do it.
All defense for the Raiders so far. Meanwhile, we now go to the Houston Texans.
To announce the Houston Texans selection, please welcome, from the University of Southern California, linebacker Bryant Cushing.
With the 89th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Foreman, running back, Texas.
Foreman, University of Texas, and there's the reaction. He's from Texas City, which is not too far away from Houston. And Foreman was not expected to do the things that he did at the University of Texas. Guys, he had a 2,000-yard season, and he had 1,008 yards in a 4-game stretch.
He had a huge year, no question about it, Trey. You think about it, 6 foot, 233-pound pile driver. You think about rushing totals that were through the roof, over 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns. He not only has size, he's got some speed. Think about a power back. He's more than that. He can routinely break arm tackles, has a little speed to tear off some long runs. I mean, he busted some for long distance touchdowns this year. Now, he could have driven a truck through some of those holes that he ran through. It was against the Big 12, so you got to wonder, they don't play defense. And obviously, you think about catching the football, he needs to work on that. Blocking, he'll try. He's a guy who gives effort. He just needs to be better at it. But it's not like he doesn't want it. He's a willing blocker. He'll get better at that. Right now, he's somewhat one-dimensional. The only issue was some of those, I call them manufactured yard guys, just because of the lousy defenses he racked up those numbers against.
He's got a really impressive numbers. You know, 4.42 he ran the 40-yard dash at 6 foot, 234 pounds. I think he's got some talent. To me, Foreman, can he catch the ball consistently enough? He only had 13 career catches, caught the ball well in his pro day, so you're going to have to kind of work with him as a route runner and his feel in the passing game. Ball security was also an issue with Foreman, but again, this guy has a lot of natural ability.
Yeah, I definitely think you need to keep his stats in context with the defenses that he saw down there in the Big 12. But as the season went on, you saw him start to show some of the things that you want to see, particularly toughness as a runner, starting to break some arm tackles. And then you would see some of his pass pro. He tried a little bit harder as the year went on, but he should be dominating. He should be dominating all the time. That's why you slide down to where you are right now when you have that kind of athletic ability.
Foreman has a twin brother, Armonte, who is also on the Longhorns team. Meanwhile, Seattle.
To announce the Seattle Seahawks selection, please welcome, from Purdue University, defensive end, Cliff Averill.
With the 90th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Shaquill Griffin, DB from UCF.
Okay, this is the rarest of rare. We've now had back-to-back picks of players who have twin brothers. Shaquill Griffin is the cornerback. He has a brother, Shaquill, who's a linebacker on the team.
Yeah, 6 career interceptions for Shaq Griffin. He's got all the measurables you want. Good size, got loose hips, he can turn and go. He's got good ball skills, tackles with a purpose. Little inconsistent. I think what set everybody back to the tape was at 6 foot 195, he runs a 4.38 top, 38.5 vertical, 17 reps. You didn't always see that translate to the field. He had some big games, but he was up and down. But that combine workout, I think, got a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, it was an awesome workout. And I agree, the instincts, they're kind of inconsistent with what you see on tape. But 28 passes broken up, 6 interceptions the last 2 years. If he is coached well, Lewis, I think he's got a chance to